Just finished teaching class, and so going to go live for a little bit here at the shop, just to show you guys what kind of cool stuff we have. These are some of the antique swords that we got in recently. This is one that we just were able to unsheath. It was stuck for the longest time, and I'm very excited to see what it looks like. Ryan got it open today. He drew it. So this is our first time unveiling. Whoa, this is a very cool looking sword. This is basically looks like a shobuzukuri, but a katana shobuzukuri. You don't see these very often. It's basically iris leaf, and so you can see it has a very different type of what do you call it? Curvature, different type of geometry. You see it has no ridge line here. So pretty cool that they have a shobuzukuri style katana. I see some togari hamon in there. I do believe they certified this to Mino Senjuin. It does not look like, well, I mean, I'm not going to second guess the MBTHK because they definitely know better than I do, but definitely has some pretty cool looking hamon here. This might be something that I take home for the fun of it, because yeah, this is pretty cool. It has it looks like a just a really interesting togari style hamon. That's the pointed style hamon, and yeah, I believe if I remember correctly, this is about a 500 to 600-year-old sword. So I think it's a pretty cool one here. And once again, hey Joshua Blossom and Emmanuel Hurd and Spark Sniper. The shinogi looks perfect from here. Yeah, it's just such a sharp, really beautiful shinogi line. And it is about, I'm guessing about 24 inches. I think it was classified as a katana. It gets stuck in its shirasaya, so I'm not going to put it all the way back in. Let me go take a look and see really quickly what it's saying. This might be one of my keepers. I don't know. Mino Senjuin. It's a Mino Senjuin sword. It is just a little more than 24 inches. It was certified as a katana. Oh, it's signed. It's actually signed. Mitsunaga. So how cool is that? I think I'm going to take this one home today. So Ryan was saying we don't have enough space for a sword, so this one is coming home with me today, so I can enjoy it a little bit there. Let's see. All right, so gonna go. For those of you who don't know, this is RVA Katana. We have about 600 different types of swords in shop here, and we're always happy to show it. Demon Slayer. We do have lots of Demon Slayer. Let's see. Do you live in Japan? I have lived in Japan, but this is in the United States. We're in Richmond, Virginia. We're gonna come over and take a look at the Demon Slayer swords. I was watching I was watching Scott live stream, and it was always kind of uneven. It was always rattling. He's like Blair Witch Project style. Here we are. This is Tanjiro's sword. Zoro sword. We have Zoro swords too. That is Tanjiro. And how about Rengoku? People like Rengoku. Here's a Rengoku sword. And I'll show you one piece. What's a good medium weight heavy sword? What do you mean a medium weight heavy sword? That's kind of an interesting way to put it. Medium, but also heavy. Zoro swords over here. Here is Enma. We just cut with this on Monday, and we will be posting footage pretty soon. Let's see. There's a one-piece sword for you. Enma. We also have his original swords. Sandai Kitetsu, Shusui, and Wado Ichimonji. For those of you who don't know, Ichimonji, I don't know if One Piece is based on the actual Ichimonji, but Ichimonji is a very old swordsmithing school. Let's see. Dennis Ikemeyer. I cannot really say it online, but all I can say is look at that right there, our name. Demon Slayer Tokito. We do have Demon Slayer Tokito. It's Muichiro. We definitely have that one. Hello, Lycan Claw. Myron, hello. Where is Muichiro? Here's Muichiro right over here. Broad, durable blade, not long, not too heavy. Probably the tactical wakizashi would work, our tack whack. Pure black blades, we do. Do you have Musashi Miyamoto Katana and wakizashi? We currently have some Musashi style tsuba on katana, but none on wakizashi at the moment. We do carry them, we just don't happen to have any on hand. Someone's asking for a wide but short blade. So here's the tactical wakizashi, carbon fiber scabbard. I can never get it out. It's always kind of, I really hate this. I hate this scabbard. So this is the tactical wakizashi. Light enough to wield one-handed. Can you show Umber Dragon S5? Yeah, I'll do that. Do you have any dull or safe for kids? We have wooden swords. We have wooden swords. All three of Virgil Yamato. I'm not sure what you mean. because we have, let's see, here is DMC5 sword, T10 clay tempered. And I'm getting to the Umber Dragon in a minute, just bear with me. Hello, David Washington, welcome. A wooden sword, we have some anime wooden swords for $30. And then some of them, here's DMC5, by the way. We have a few versions of this one. Yes, and then some of the nicer wooden swords are like $100. We have some of the sparring boken and polymer swords. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Here's the S5 Umber Dragon. This is Cloudhammer. Basically, they very nice execution here. This is their S5E. Hello from Colorado, rock fan. I have a local antique shop, has a katana called the Mountain Master Katana. Never heard of it. Durandal, never heard of it. How much for a real katana? Do you mean a functional one, or do you mean like an authentic one from Japan? Because there's a difference. For example, this is a real functional, this is a super, super strong steel sword made of S5. And it's going to be able to outperform a traditional Japanese sword just because they haven't, basically antique Japanese swords are made of a substandard, well, by modern day standards, substandard material. We do have antique ones. Here is a pair of Daisho set. Here's actually some of the antiques we got in recently. Let's check out this one. This is a shorter katana. A little bit on the rusty side. This one we got to clean off before we get pictures of it. So we do have antiques, but most of what we sell are not antiques. For a functional katana, we start at $80, go way into the thousands. We do have Nagamaki. Opinions on Tsunobi Tanto. I like them. Tsunobi Tanto, most modern Tanto are Tsunobi Tanto. They're basically all about 12 inches. Tsunobi Tanto literally means like extended past one sun, which is 12 inches. So it means basically a little more than 12 inches. One sparring sword. Is there any sparring sword that is not very pricey? We start at $25 for sparring swords. Most expensive katana, Taitsuki for close to $3 grand. Yeah. Samurai would use, they would all probably use this. What is the wide blade they use for cutting 7 bamboo rolls? Probably a samgakdo. What is your most expensive sword and what makes it so expensive? We have some antiques. So we just cut with this one the other day, and it was a monster of a sword. It's a super wide samgakdo. So you can see the blade is 40 millimeters wide. It has a flat spine. This was like so easy to cut with. It's like basically no problem cutting with one. I'll show you the $80 katana in a minute. The strongest katana we have are made of S5 shock steel. Basically, we gave one to Shad Diversity in Australia. He was hacking it up against rock, but it wasn't breaking. So here is the Black Samurai. This is the $80 sword over here. The $80 Black Samurai. Are they super sharp? Some of them are very sharp. We can make them super sharp for an extra $25. Most of them are pretty sharp already. They do come sharp, but we can make it sharper for $25. It means putting a secondary bevel on them, a micro bevel, which is not traditional, but hey, still works for a lot of people. Here's also the $80. Oh, these are all stuck. The $80 black and tan. Right now, everything is sticking today. Delivered to the UK. There's a high risk of seizure in customs. Let's see. Swords made out of traditional tamahagane. We do. We have antique swords made of tamahagane, and then we do have some modern swords made of tamahagane. I don't have any modern. I have one modern tamahagane sword made by Cloudhammer at the house, but not here. Yes, they do come sharp. Some are sharper than others. Thanks, Curtis, for answering that. Damascus steel, we do have some quote-unquote, we have Woots, which is traditional Damascus, and then we have Damascus, which is pattern welding. I bought a sword and actually cut my, oh, that sucks. Wooden sparring katana for 12, 14-year-old would not break easily if hit together with force. Yeah, we do have something like that. I would recommend getting a Shinai, though. Get a Shinai from Amazon or something like that, or from Ibogu. So Shinai are the split bamboo ones. Those are going to be safer for young people. Could you show one of the Featherlight swords? Yeah. Featherlight is one of my favorites. They are so freaking lightweight. Let's see if I can find one. They're all kind of hidden throughout here. Here is a Featherlight. It's like so insanely lightweight. It's like I can hold this like with my fingers. Don't even have to grip it with my hand. It is so lightweight, and it cuts really, really nicely. This is the red version. We have red, blue, and black. Can't wait to see. Can I see one of the antiques? Yeah, I can show you an antique. Shipped to Georgia. The oh yes, the state of Georgia. Yes, the country of Georgia. I am not sure. Yes, they are full tang. We do have reverse blades from Rurouni Kenshin. Let's see. Nicer stuff over this way. All of a sudden, drawing a blank on what I was looking for. Can you show the Samgakdo? I just showed it, dude. I'll show it again in a minute. It's on the other side. How do I order? The expensive one, modern expensive would be Taitsuki or some of the meteorite swords. The shop is located in Richmond, Virginia, but you can also find us here on TikTok Shop if you're on TikTok. YouTube, obviously, you're on YouTube, so. The Randy Jackson blade. Yeah, we have one that's laser engraved with Randy Jackson's signature. Cool dude, said nobody ever. Just joined and missed it. I'll get to it again. What's the orange ones on top? This one is TikTok Shop. You have to go to our other account, RVA Katana, and the TikTok Shop is attached to that. But also, you can see there on my chest. Thank you, Steve. Sheridan posted something that you should all follow. This is the Afro Samurai Katana. A little bit hard to cut with. Let's see. Ron Lu. I don't know if you saw my message, but I have someone who wants to buy a Wind and Thunder if you want to sell your Wind and Thunder. Custom Saya, no, but you can talk to Ryan. He works for us, and he can do that. How much snow did we get? We got about 3 inches of ice. Kill Bill sword, we are actually getting it against up to my objections. Featherlight sword. I just showed a Featherlight sword like 3 minutes ago. I was going to show an antique sword. I'll get there when I get there. Can you try to wiggle the handle? Is that what we're talking about? The Valerian steel. We don't have any Valerian steel. The dragons are on strike. But we do have Jon Snow's Longclaw. And we have Dark Sister somewhere around here as well. Dark Sister right here. So Dark Sister from House of the Dragons. House of Dragons. We do have Wado Ichimonji. The Afro Samurai is still listed as a tachi on the website. Can I see a ninja sword? Here are some ninja swords over here. I'm working my way over to the antiques. I know someone wants to see the Featherlight. Here is a ninja sword for you. Yeah, we can ship anywhere in the United States. Thank you, Jill, for posting that. Shinobu, we do have. I bought $80 Zoro swords in one piece, and they were not that durable. Oh. For $80, it probably wasn't a functional sword for $80. It's hard to find, yeah, it's hard to find those. We do have them, but we sell them for $150, and they should be fairly durable. Tengen, we sold out of. We haven't had it in a while. Kill Bill, we're coming to it. Demon Slayer swords, we do have. What about the Namato? Memma? Here are some antique swords over here. This is one that I plan on taking home with me today. It's so cool. Steve, I don't know if you were on when I drew this. This is a Mino Senjuin, like Shobuzukuri katana. So this one is about 500 to 600 years old. Mino Senjuin is basically from the Senjuin school, which is near Nara, Japan, and they later moved to Mino. Let's see. I can't say that word, Sith Bunny, because we're on TikTok, so I can't say it out loud because we get a restriction if we do that. How would I get on TikTok Shop? Check us out. Look at our secondary account, our main account, RVA Katana here on TikTok, and we have a TikTok Shop attached to that. We don't have Cold Steel Katana. Memma, never heard of. DJ Robinson just posted something, and that is correct, what DJ Robinson just posted. Demon Slayer, we do have. Yamato, we do have. UK, there's always a risk of seizure in customs. I'm actually going to move the sword over so I don't forget to take it home with me. All right. Where were we going? Featherlight. We're going to go back to the Featherlight, and then we're going to wrap around to Demon Slayer swords. All right. Featherlights are over here. Showed the red Featherlight, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the black Featherlight. It is a Hirazukuri, so it does not have a ridge line. It is so freaking lightweight. I mean, it is just so insanely lightweight. Can you explain the Honzogan process you talked about? Kinzogan. I actually don't know how they do it. Jay, you asked to answer your question right there. Sheridan just posted it. Red Dragon Samurai Sword. I'm not sure what that is. Samgakdo. Yes, I'll get to the Samgakdo. We are going to go to the Demon Slayer swords first, and then we'll get to the Samgakdo. We have two Samgakdo right now. Here are the Demon Slayer swords. Here is Kanao sword. Somebody asked about Shinobu. Here is Shinobu sword. Okay. We don't have Cold Steel Flower. Short straight blade we do have in Chinese style swords. I'm curious. Be curious. Being curious is good for your brain. I don't know why the sword is over here. Why is this sword over here? That's kind of nuts. This is the Samgakdo that we cut with yesterday or on Monday. It's a super wide blade. Hirazukuri. Cuts amazingly. The name of the one you're taking home. It is a Mino Senjuin sword. What was the purple one next to the Demon Slayer swords? That was Enma next to Demon Slayer. We do have Watawichi Monji. I'll show you that. Sort of zipping all the way around. Show you Watawichi Monji, which also will come to the purple Enma as well. Watawichi Monji. We've cut with this before. We have several versions of it. We have several of them. Speak on quality. Well, an anime sword, most of them are like, we have them mostly at 65 mn right now. They're good quality. You can cut with them. They're not great. Purple or dark green, anything. Yes, we have lots of purple. The wide blade katana was 27.5 inches, 27 to 28 inches. Shusui. Shusui Zoro over here. Everything is sticking today. Did someone just walk in and rob us? Well, you're assuming we don't have firearms to protect the shop. These are 150. Basically, most of the anime swords are 150. Could you use it for a bamboo test of strength? What do you mean, like cutting through bamboo? Yes. We cut bamboo when it's during the summer. Springtime's not the best time to cut bamboo. Purple one over here. Here is the Purple Rain, R-E-I-G-N, the Purple Rain. The purple blade. And then we have the Purple Dragon. The Purple Dragon. Also a purple cracked blade, crackled purple blade. And then we have the Passion Dragon over here. The Passion Dragon. So we have 3 purple bladed swords, which I'm going to put together. Been trying to get a real one I like in a bid war. Well, no one's bidding on our page. You don't have to bid for anything on our page. Purple Dragon Glock. Cool deal. Wakizashi. We do have lots of wakizashi. Let's see. 3-piece staffs. We don't. Enma. I just showed Enma a second ago. I might as well. It's from Purple Blades. There's Enma right there. No, an antique one I like. Let's see. How many of the Cordis and Katana do we have left? Probably just 1 or 2 right now. What is a good tachi to add to my arsenal? Depends. What are you looking for in a tachi? What is your budget? We have lots of tachi. The wood one next to my I'm not sure which one you were referring to. The Blade of Enma. I have cutting footage of this that I'm going to post in the next couple days. There's Enma for you. Can you show the Devil May Cry Virtual Katana? I showed one. I can show it again since I'm right here. Here is the clay tempered one. tuba right on top. Oldest one I have here is 650 years old. Favorite sword changes all the time. Soda no Shirayuki, we do not. Oh, isn't that Rukia's sword? I think I've seen that. Is that Rukia's sword? Because we do have it. Tight ski. Tight ski is kind of hard to reach. We're going to cut with a tight ski on Monday. We're going to cut with the Dragon Spark. Here are some tight ski over here. Murasame. Yeah, I think we have that. Afro Samurai we do have. That is the God of War blades right there. Here's Akame's Murasame. Base, we're based in Richmond, Virginia. Alnung, we're not allowed to say, but you can see that right there. Thank you, Cody Shively just posted that. Thank you, DJ Robinson just posted it as well. Thank you, guys. Trying to avoid getting in trouble with TikTok. Are they all differentially hardened or through hardened? We have both. We have both differentially and through hardened swords. I'm from Trinidad, Tobago. We have shipped there before. Highlander Katana, I'm not familiar with. Custom parts for the handles. Not really. Hey, Aaron Scudder. Paper slice test. We can do that. Kind of unique because the habaki is a red dot. Okay, we don't have that. What color swords did Ninja use for camouflage? Well, Ninja didn't just use a regular sword so they could mix in with people. True that if you give them a setting, I have no idea what you're talking about. Afro Samurai. What sword has the biggest blade? It's probably one of the Odachi that we have, if not the Zweihander. There's Afro Samurai. So the biggest blade might be these guys over here, these Odachi, or maybe that's Zweihander right there. Let's see. What about tempering? Do you know what temperature and how many times put through time in the oven? That depends on the steel. So, basically different types of steel will be tempered at different temperatures after the quench. Next Cloud Hammer shipment is actually on its way. Thank you, Jill, for posting that. That is Anduril. Actually, Narsil. We have Narsil and Anduril. So here is a Narsil. This one is made of SX105V. The handle is so heavy, making this a really ridiculously light sword. This is from Cloud Hammer, SX105V. Very thin profile compared to the other version of the Anduril we have. Odachi break easily? The ones we have are made of modern steel, which are really well tempered, so they won't break. Well, they will break if you try hard enough. How many different katana? We have about 700 different types of swords in here. They're not all katana. Aoshi double kodachi. We do have it. We do have it. I don't know if I can reach it. It's like out of my reach. But yeah, it's out of my reach. But here's the Aoshi kodachi right over here. Double kodachi. So there's one right there. And then it stops right there. And here's the other one right over here. So that's Aoshi's kodachi. But I can't reach it right now. It's out of my reach. Too high up. Clean slices with technique and precision. I mean, if you can do it, yes. We post our cutting videos all the time. Good to be home, Jill. David, doing great. Yes, Brad, they are. Almost. We try to get them up, and sometimes it lags, but we try to get them all up. Just got the black samurai katana, your first katana. Awesome. Awesome, Jay. It's a very basic katana. Any naginata? We are actually getting more naginata in soon from Cloud. I shouldn't say soon, but they're shipping them by sea freight very soon. So we'll have them in about 6 weeks probably. All right. It is now 8:45. A couple more minutes and I'll shut down. Do you have any of the Phoenix Arms Black Warrior Tachi in store? I think we do. Let me check. Okay, we have at least one. I think this is the one you're speaking of. I think we have at least one. Maybe more. I have to look at inventory. So we have at least one. The Griffin from One Piece. I don't know what that is, so I don't know enough about it. We do cut on Monday nights, yes. Average weight of each sword is about 2.5 pounds. Store in the USA? Yeah, we're in Richmond, Virginia. We're in Richmond, Virginia. So yes. Production Naginata, yes. Any cool stories from any sword? There's one that one of our guys cut his finger on. Safe and strong enough to tree branch without breaking. Yeah, most of them, any through-hardened sword should be able to handle a tree branch. You're not going to get a good... Anything more than about an inch, you're going to have to really hack at it. I mean, swords are not meant for cutting trees, but they are durable enough if they're through-hardened, like the spring steels and the shock steels. I thought you said EU. No, we're in Richmond, Virginia. My favorite blade changes from day to day. Anything else I can show you while I'm here? Big difference in tree types, pine versus oak. Definitely the case. Definitely the case. I was just traveling through your area not long ago. Well, next time you're coming through Virginia, come stop by. The baddest sword we have. We don't make them ourselves, but the baddest sword, probably S5 shock steel. Alex Montague, check that out right there. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Toji, we are out of stock. We are getting it again. Was the Tachi you just showed S5? No. That one is 65 mm. Black Lotus Wakizashi, we do have one around here, I believe. Here's the Black Lotus Wakizashi right over here. This one's made of S5 shock steel, so if we talk about one that can beat up a tree, this is it. Gut sword we don't have. How much for one? We start at $80 and go way into the thousands. Any swords with a green blade? Green Destiny from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. We have had a Dante sword, but it's hard because it's so freaking big. It costs a lot to get here. Most expensive one is in a display case, but here's the most. This set is $4 grand right here. These are 500-year-old swords. We have some 500-year-old swords over there as well. Purple bladed swords, we do. Check out the Purple Dragon. Got an AR. Oldest sword we have here is 650 years old. Combine two swords with the handles? No. Let us see the long sword. We have lots of long swords. Here's Strider's sword from Lord of the Rings. For those of you who like Lord of the Rings, Strider's sword. Best word for spear or polearm? I couldn't tell you actually. Can I look at the sword with the green blade? That's the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon sword. It's right over here. We can go look at it. Thank you, Jill, for posting that. Something about Carytown. We are not in Carytown. We're a few blocks away from Carytown. Skippy. We were never in Carytown, but we are not far from Carytown. Got the Master Sword. We do, and we're getting another version of it. So this one's $250. We're gonna get another one. It's gonna be $300. It's gonna be a little bit bigger and not blue. Slightly different design. Is the Shobu sword you guys just got possibly from the Mongol invasion time period? No. Mino Senjuin, it's probably, at the oldest about 600 years old. The swords that are 100 years old, the use in history. Swords were not frequently used. They were oftentimes a sidearm. Spears were more common, bows, spears. They were more likely to have been used. Nothing from Jujutsu Kaisen. My kids like that. My kids like Jujutsu Kaisen, but they don't care about swords. Anyway, Don't get me started. Is there such a thing as a wolf sword? We have a wolf themed sword. Here's Jon Snow's sword right here. Has a wolf head. All right, gonna shut down, but thank you all for joining in. We'll be live again tomorrow. I think we're gonna be able to unbox tomorrow. I'm not sure if they're coming in or not. We do have some stuff on the way, so we will see. All right, I'm gonna shut down.